Rolling and the sound is speeding. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, October 14th, 2021. On today's episode, I got a bit about a Mozart that I'm going to do maybe if I get to it. And I'm a radio guy and I saw a movie. Shit, I watch a movie, rent it up, and you know I'm a cool B. R-E-H-M, that's my last name, Drew. And I got no shame and I'm a crew, a dude. And I got lots of motherfucking shit for you. I got jokes and tokes and maybe a smoke. If you bum it off me, I'm going broke. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday. This Week with Drew for Thursday, October 14th, 2021. What's going on? How are you? Since last we spoke on Halloween Monday, on Thanksgiving Monday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good week. Let's start off with a little bit of, I keep forgetting to plug the fucking piano in. Shit, man. Okay, so I guess I'll grab the acoustic. Oh boy, okay. Here we got a little bit of, how was my motherfucking weekend? Week. W-E-K. Okay. Fuck. How's my week? I hope you guys had a good week. It was Thanksgiving on Monday there, and I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. You got to see some family or whatever the fuck. This has been good. I had a jam. I don't know if I talked about this. I had a jam with my band. We have our big show on Saturday, and I had a jam with my band, a live rehearsal at a bar, and it did not go well. So we booked an emergency jam for tonight at the rehearsal factory because we got to go over a lot of fucking shit so we don't look dumb on Saturday. And then after that, I'm quitting. Fuck it. Fuck you, Dan. Oh boy, this mic is way too hot. Okay, let's turn that down. Fuck it. Oh boy, this podcast is out of fucking control. This is actually the second time that I tried recording this, and I went about 5 minutes yelling into the camera, which I'll probably upload to Patreon, or maybe like 3 minutes. And, oh, no, it's too quiet, man. Fuck, this is gonna sound like shit. Okay, whatever. I'm just not in the zone right now. I just came back from the gym. I'm trying to do everything, man. It's hard, bro. Like, every single fucking hour of my day is booked between Terry and homework and exercising and fucking doing comedy and being in the band and then cooking dinner and cleaning up and cleaning the house and fucking going to work and everything, bro. It's just a never ending podcast twice a week. Like, it's just never ending every fucking hour of the day, except for after nighttime. I kind of let myself off. If I don't have a show after 6 o'clock, I'm kind of like, you know what, fuck it. I'm done working for the day. I'm just going to let it fucking chill. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, because I saw, okay, what am I going to start talking about? I got a couple different things. I had tired of life written down as a point. It's not that I'm tired of life. It's just that, fuck, man. It's just like it's just never ending. You know what I mean? Like for me, I feel like I'm like the ultimate most lazy person, but then I try to counteract that by filling my schedule with as many tasks as possible. So, and then I feel this like crazy pressure to complete them so I can go back to having nothing on my plate and I can relax. But then as soon as I have nothing on my plate, I start feeling guilty about having nothing on my plate. So then I build it back up again, and then I build the stress up again. Only to get my plate empty again, and then for that feeling of guilt to kind of like sink back in of not having anything to do. So then you just keep saying yes to things and keep on making things and just keep filling your time with like various things. And I guess that's life. I don't want to be like stuck on the couch. I would never want to be. And that's not what I would want to do either. As when I say like I'm an ultimate lazy guy, I just mean it's just like I just want to fucking bang on a drum all day. But what I do to counteract that feeling is literally fill every single hour of my day with something to do. And that's where the gym comes in, because I'm bringing back the gun fucking show, man. I haven't been bringing this up on the podcast just because I'm trying to keep it as a normal part of my routine, but fucking, I've been back in the gym, at least like 3-4 times a week. Took a little bit of time off for Thanksgiving there, a little bit of whenever, But I shouldn't say I'm tired of life. I just mean, that's such a bleak thing to say. My fucking economics professor, so I'm a radio guy. I'm in radio school, as you know. And I have to take an elective, and I picked an economics class, which so far I have 100% in. And my fucking econ professor posted something about corporate social responsibility and if he thinks that, you know, it's even real or whatever. And then I just wrote this like most destitute paragraph of like, you know, like, what the fuck did I say? I said something along the lines of like, I don't know, something along the lines of, whatever. Maybe I'll just pull that up right now. Should I just pull that up right now? Is that going to keep recording? Oh, shit. Okay, so let's read this right now. My grades. Because we got to fill time on the fucking podcast. Hey, who gives a flying fuck? Corporate social responsibility. Does it exist? And I said, we are too far down the capitalist rabbit hole for corporate social responsibility to have an impact on the greater good in the unlikely event that it would even be considered at all. And I say, the cognitive dissonance required for profit maximization results in negative consequences being dismissed as mere externalities, no matter how impactful the consequences are. The reduction of the human existence to a commodified resource allows the corporation to absolve themselves of the constraints of moral decency in its hubristic pursuit of limitless growth. Which is like, that's a fucking bummer. So I got that little nugget there for my econ professor to check out. And hopefully, you know, he agrees with me. I think he does. This guy is like, yo, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, just released a report that it's like there's going to be some serious fucking inflation issues. And I'm sorry to Dan Gyrey because I was like, hyperinflation isn't real, but I believe that there is actually going to be a serious fucking market correction happening in the housing market and in the finance sector. And once the interest rates get cranked, like these overnight rates of like 0.25%, like they can't possibly go any lower. And people don't have enough money to pay for things now. And there is a refusal, an absolute refusal of the people that own the means of production to pay the people that control the means of production money or a living wage enough to participate in the economy. Okay, that's enough about economics. Let's move on to a little bit of a bit here. I'm a radio guy. I'm a fucking radio guy now. And I've been writing all sorts of cover letters and resumes and thinking about what it would be like to be a fucking radio guy and doing show prep and stuff and just kind of get ready for being on the air on 96.9 Radio Humber, all Canadian. Except I'm not going to sound like that. I'm going to try to I have to sound more like myself on this podcast. And the problem is that when I'm doing this podcast, I get into this fucking zone where I'm able to totally freely be myself. And that's where the stream of consciousness comes from, right? I'm just able to talk for 20 minutes because there's something I've learned how to do to just like let go and just let your fucking mouth talk. But part of that is, as you've heard a couple times now, is my swearing. And that I just swear naturally. It's the way that I speak. Fuck is my favorite word, and I just can't stop saying it. And you know, it's not like it's unintelligent. It's actually probably, and in defense of the word, I would say it's probably one of the most versatile words in the English language, not to mention one of the oldest words in the English language, you know? And it can be a suffix, it can be an infix, you could put it in the middle of a word, it's a prefix, you know? It can be a whole bunch of different things. Anyways, for me to get into this stream of consciousness voice, I have to learn how to be able to do that, but without censoring it. So I have to be able to, or without swearing. So I have to learn how to get into the zone. And I know it's possible, and I know I can do this for sure, is just be able to get in the zone of like, you know what it was, is maybe I can get into that corporate clean zone, like how I used to be in Alberta when I was a corporate clean comic. You just kind of get into that zone, man. I wonder if I could do the rest of the podcast without swearing. Let's try. Okay, so my radio guy stuff is going good. I'm just working on finding my voice and figuring out, you know, what version of Drew, which entertainment version of me is going to work best for this medium, you know? So moving on, this week I watched a movie called The Green Knight, which is a new movie with Dev Patel was starring in it, and a bunch of other people, I don't know, a bunch of Who's from Who Weekly. And I don't know, it was kind of fucked up. I don't know if I like it. I think I did. it was like a classic like hero's journey, like man leaves town thing, but there was like some kind of art filmy aspects to it with like different weird shots and like different weird like kind of like non sequitur sort of up for your interpretation scenes, and then the ending was completely up for interpretation. And like part of me is just like, you know, like fuck, like, you know, like just fucking tell me you know, just tell me. You know, I don't like ambiguous endings. Here's what I'm going to talk through is I don't like ambiguous endings because I feel like as the artist, it's just like you should have a clear and concise story that you're telling with a beginning and a middle and an end. And if the end is ambiguous and up to the viewer, then I feel like you haven't done your job as a storyteller. But speaking from the artist brain now is like, how many stories are there out there where the hero gets the girl and it all ends the exact same way, exactly how you want it to, you know what I mean? So why not have movies like Birdman and The Green Knight where, you know, the ending is whatever you think, man, and whatever, and then that kind of reflects on cinema or film as like a deeper art form and, you know, more of a rumination on the human existence than it is to be just a concise sort of piece. And then I can get behind that too, but I need that rumination to be quite apparent for me. I don't want to have to Google shit to figure out what the fuck your point was with your ambiguous ending and what I'm supposed to fucking contemplate. You know, what nature of my own existence am I meant to contemplate after consuming this content? I don't fucking know. The Green Knight, buddy. It was a good movie. I was talking about this with my buddy Alex Fortin, who is a comedian. Not a funny comedian, but he's a comedian. You can go follow him. There's a little test to see if he's listening to the podcast. So yeah, there's this guy who does comedy named Alex, and and we were talking today about fucking about how like snowboarding and skiing and stuff has like reached the pinnacle or whatever, and he said that it's like could be no better, and I was like, nah, man, they were saying that about Beethoven and Mozart and shit. You know, think about watching a Beethoven concert, like you'd be like, well, how could we do anything crazier than this? But then, you know, and then we were like, well, what? Imagine if like Mozart was at like a Skrillex concert. Could you imagine? And he's like, he'd be like, what the fuck? Like, and Alex is like, what kind of piano is that? He'd be like, what the fuck kind of piano is that? And like, or like getting Beethoven to watch Jimi Hendrix. You'd be like, how is he? What is that? Why is it so loud? Or just feedback. So yeah, we can't even contemplate the future, man. We don't even know what we don't know. So, you know, music and shit, it's out there, man. You know what else is out there? My Patreon. Promotional consideration for This Week with Drew is provided by our Patreons. If you want access to bonus content like interviews, podcasts, all the stuff I do for Radio Humber and every set ever, you could join my Patreon at patreon.com/DrewBame, and you'll get a shout out on every show, just like these fine people: Anthony, Blair, Kunal, Joel, Nick and Mac, Bubba, Marnus, Bryce, Taryn, and in the motherfucking Hall of Fame, Colette and Andre. Say they name. What up, Colette and Andre? Also, because promotional consideration for This Week with Drew is provided by our marijuana sponsor, KingTutsCannabis.com. You can use the promo code Drew right now to get 10% off your order. If it's your first time ever and you were like, no, I don't want to buy weed off the internet. I don't know. Is that sketchy? Am I going to get put on a list? I don't want to go to jail. Fuck you. Stop being a pussy. Buy weed from KingTutsCannabis.com and they'll give you an extra 15% off your order. Add it up. 10% with my code. That's 25% off your first order. A quarter off your quarter. 2/8 off your 8s. KingTutsCannabis.com. Smoke like an Egyptian. Smoke like an Egyptian. Okay, well, that's the fucking show for this week. The camera's gonna die, so I want to just wrap it up there. This has been all over the fucking place. So, okay, check us out every Thursday at the Corner Comedy Club. It looks like there's something falling out of my nose. I think it's just my mustache. Corner Comedy Club every Thursday, 8 and 10 p.m. And fucking, what the fuck else do I gotta say? I have nothing to say.